5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, how you doing, econ students? This is Jacob Clifford. Like I said 2 days ago, probably don't need an introduction because you've been watching my videos probably nonstop for a couple hours now. Probably watching them for the rest of the night. First of all, thank you so much for watching my videos. This is it. If you're a senior, in fact, in the comments, let me know if you're a senior. You're going to be done, as in like done. Like this is your last AP test ever of all time. So awesome. This is it. We're so close. You've already taken a bunch of AP tests. You're towards the end. This is probably the last one for most of you. This is probably the last one of the year for everybody. I can't think of anybody who's taking any tests after it. But this is it, the micro exam. Hopefully you did well on the macro exam. I gave you some predictive responses. I don't know if they worked or if you thought they were good. Or if they were good, I don't know. I haven't heard yet. But remember, my predictions are just my predictions. I don't know at all what's actually on those for responses. Real quick, I'm going to switch over here, take a look at your comments. Here's what you guys are saying. I'm a senior, GOAT, senior baby, seniors unite. I love it. 131 of you guys are on right now. Like I said, thank you so much for getting the Ultimate Review Packet. If you got that thing, do me a favor. Please tell your teacher how awesome it is. And tell your teacher, hey, you should probably work it out so the students get this next year because they give this awesome bulk discount. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, that's enough for me. Let's talk about helping you guys. All right, tomorrow, big day. Make sure you know the key graphs, okay? There's a difference between watching my videos and being like, okay, I can draw it, and then knowing it yourself. When it comes to the actual free responses, the key graphs that you absolutely need to know, they ask over and over and over again. Let me switch over to graph mode real quick. So the one I think it's going to be is a natural monopoly, but you're going to be asked to draw some sort of graphs. Usually, and you know the key graphs, and I'll write it here. Okay, I can draw them for you if you want, but I'm not going to because I don't need to draw them. They're all in the packet, obviously, and you've been practicing drawing them. But the key graphs, they've never asked a production possibilities curve question on the micro test. They've also never asked, I'm talking about free responses here, they've also never asked a comparative advantage question on the micro test. So if you don't know comparative advantage, not the end of the world. So graphs wise, you've got to know for the multiple choice production possibilities curve, but that's not it. You got to know supply and demand for the free response. So supply and demand, but it's got a bunch of different things you got to know inside supply and demand. You've got to know, for example, elasticity, the general idea of elasticity. I'm going to write taxes. General shifts, you got to know that. You got to know consumer surplus, producer surplus, and finding deadweight loss. You got to be able to do price controls. Price controls is the idea, forgive my handwriting, of ceilings and floors. Just remember, a ceiling does not go on the top. Ceilings, if they're effective in binding, they go below equilibrium. You got to know that. Taxes, consumer surplus, deadweight loss. You've got to understand just general shifts. They ask those sort of things. Maybe they could ask you something about trade. If we have international trade at a world price, you might actually see that. But supply and demand graphs, general shifts, and these concepts, those are great. Then you got to put it together with perfect competition in the product market. Perfect competition are side-by-side graphs. When they ask you about those side-by-side graphs, they ask the same sort of thing. Make sure you can draw it a couple different ways. So side-by-side graph, perfect competition. Make sure you can draw it making a profit, making a loss. And what's the last one? Yeah, of course, in the long run equilibrium, making no economic profit or loss. Remember, they are making accounting profit. They are definitely making accounting profit. There's a difference between economic profit and accounting profit. In the long run, they're making no economic profit, but they are making accounting profit. How much? I don't know. I'm not an accountant. I'm an economist. So perfect competition, make sure you can draw those ones. Next one, a monopoly graph. When it comes to that monopoly graph, make sure you can show the basic monopoly, a non-price discriminating monopoly. So I'll just write regular monopoly. Make sure you can draw that. Make sure you can draw a natural monopoly, or at very least you can analyze a natural monopoly, and then know a price discriminating monopoly as well. Price discrimination when the demand equals the marginal revenue. So again, I'm not drawing these, I'm not reviewing, I'm just getting it back in your brain. My question is this: can you check mark these? Are you like, yes, check mark taxes. Yeah, I know consumer surplus, price controls, trade. I can draw profit, loss, total revenue, or the long run. Can you do these things? Can you show from short run to long run? Right, that's SR, short run. Can you show it making a profit? Firms enter, then supply shifts, and now we're in the long run. Can you go from long run to short run? Can you show it making no economic profit and then something happens causing there to be profit or loss? Can you show this? Can you show each of these how they return to long run? For example, can you do long run, short run, back to long run again? Right? They have asked that. Usually they ask it in words. They do have you do half of it and then what's going to happen and you explain in words, but you got to be able to do it. When it comes to monopolies, can you draw a regular monopoly? Can you spot price, the price and quantity for monopoly? Can you spot the elastic and inelastic range? Do you know the quantity socially optimal? Do you know quantity fair return? Do you natural monopoly and how they regulate a natural monopoly? Do you know price discrimination, how to draw the graph? Where's profit? Remember, price discrimination, there is no consumer surplus, there is no dead weight loss. We are allocatively efficient in price discrimination. We are not with a regular monopoly. Regular monopolies cause dead weight loss. All right, keep going. Next one is monocomp. Right? Monopolist competition, the main thing they're going to ask is the long run, making no economic profit, being able to draw that graph, make sure you can spot that and show the idea that they're making no economic profit because firms, there's low barriers. The next one you got to be able to do is oligopoly. Now, some people go, is it the kink demand curve? They've never asked the thing called the kink demand curve. If your teacher never taught it to you, don't worry about it. But the kink demand curve is usually not on the test. You do need to know game theory matrix. So be able to do several different things. 3 things on this. 1, 2, 3. Easy. The easy one is be able to use it. So be able to say, okay, if this person goes high, this person goes low, how much profit will this person make? So be able to use that box thing. In other words, read it. And then next one is something called a dominant strategy. Be able to spot who has a dominant strategy. And the last part is something called Nash equilibrium. Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know these things? Do you have it? I hope you do. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. This is it. You're so close. Okay, monopolist competition, oligopoly. You got to know perfect competition in the resource market. In the market, the resource market. So perfect competition up here was for products. You had to have profit, loss, and long run. Perfect competition in the labor market or the factor market. You got to be able to draw in the factor market the side-by-side graphs over again, except this is the workers getting hired. And so the idea here was MRP equals MRC. And this is actually kind of important. Over here for this one, you always hire where the MRP equals the MRC. Again, I'm sorry for the crappy handwriting. I'm just in a hurry. And for these other ones, right, you always produce where? Where do you always produce for these other ones? You know, darn right you know. MR equals MC. Firms always produce where MR equals MC. All these different market structures do the same darn thing. They have the same cost curves. Make sure you know the cost curves, why they're shaped the way they are. And then perfect competitive resource market hires the same idea, except it's a different concept. So they hire as long as the revenue they generated, each worker generates, equals the cost of those workers. All right, almost done. Oh, part of this unit you might see a monopsony, which is a monopoly for labor, but don't freak out. They've only asked that one time. If you don't know this other stuff, then don't worry about monopsony. If monopsony is the only thing you haven't learned, then go take a look at it. All right, next, and I'm running out of room here. You've got to be able to draw a negative and a positive externality. So let's write that here. Negative externality right there, and a positive externality. So what you have to draw with them, you have to be able to draw the price free market and the quantity free market, the price socially optimal and the quantity socially optimal, and be able to spot dead weight loss. Can you draw those and do dead weight loss? So what do we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 key graphs, except some of them have different things that are pieced out. The question is, do you know them? Can you do each one of these? Are you checking them off? If you're checking them off, then you, my friend, are ready for this test. Now, let me go back so I can get in your face a little bit here with some excitement. Listen, you've done the work. I know many of you took the macro test. I hope that you feel confident coming out of that test, going into this. This is a different animal. You got to make sure that you did a bunch of practice questions. The trick with micro is not so much concepts. Macro has a lot of concepts and relationships, but micro is, can you do this? Can you calculate marginal cost? Can you explain why the marginal cost is supply curve? Can you understand the difference between a per unit tax and a lump sum tax? Can you do these things? If you can't, that means you still got to watch some videos. Don't forget, I have a video called Everything You Need to Know in 30 minutes. I cover the entire course in 30 minutes. I would suggest watching that hour before the actual test. Before you walk in there, grab your phone, watch that video, verify you get all those concepts kind of back in your brain, and I go over it all super fast, kind of like I did right now. The point here, though, is the year is almost over. The school year is over. And when it comes to AP tests, it's over. It's over. You're ready. You're ready. I want to thank you guys personally for so many emails and kind words and all the comments you leave on YouTube. And here, I'll take a look on this chat as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't want to get all teary-eyed, but I do this to help students. I'm not in the classroom anymore. And so it's like you are my student. Like, you're my student. This is it. You're my student. I'm also thrilled when people write little notes on the AP test, say, hey, thanks, Mr. Clifford. That's always cool. I really appreciate that as well on the free responses. Anyways, you're ready, guys. You got several hours left of studying. Hopefully, you're still watching the videos and practicing. More importantly than just watching the videos is make sure you practice. The guided notes in that Ultimate Review packet, make sure you fill that out. Also, keep in mind, I am going to give out AC/DC belt buckles to a few people who buy the Ultimate Review packet between last Saturday and today. So I'm going to be giving these things out as an incentive for people who might have had it for the wrong reason, right? Who maybe borrowed it from a friend or didn't actually pay for it. And if you're one of those people watching this video, go get the packet. If I'm helping you, then help me. But I'm going to give these out. Also, there's an announcement coming up on my YouTube channel, something else about how other people might be able to get an AC/DC belt buckle. Woo! And it has to do with one of my family members, and you'll find out. So keep an eye coming out next week on my YouTube channel. I am thrilled to be your online teacher. I am so excited for you guys. Get a good rest tonight, get a good breakfast, and come out swinging on that test. You're going to do great. Remember, to pass, to get a 3, you need something like 54, 55%. You're going to get that, okay? You know this stuff. Take a deep breath in and out. Okay, you're ready, man. You're going to do awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. Make your teacher proud. Make me proud, but most importantly, make yourself proud. Come July, when you open up your computer and you look at your scores, right, you're going to be proud. Be like, you know what, I did my best, and then you're going to be off into college for many of you, and you're going to be applying economics for the rest of your life. So thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting my channel. Seriously, I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Until next time.